there, partner.
Right.
Hey.
Kev, there he is, looking crystal clear
Love
this
that.
week. We love it, folks.
Yeah, I love that.
Private
We're all
Cali
looking
is
clear.
back in action.
Mm-hmm.
I was just filling Jim in on these outlines. Or we all texted about the outlines, but
Turner procrastination, Meeker.
Yeah,
man, just caught me at a bad time. I was about to hit the road. I was making food. I'm dishing and dashing in the morning, man.
Yeah.
I literally got it down to the minute. I was like, dude, I just don't have time to think about this one today, brother. You got to do it, man. You just got to find a way.
Down to the minute routines are so nice.
Oh, get me going. But yeah, I mean, Jim, big time help out. At least threw out some good enough thoughts and nibbles to get on the internet and start churning and burning.
Boog Meek just needs confirmation. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He just wanted someone to say that's it. He was on the right track. He knew what he was doing.
That was one of like the first, because I looked up like call to action speeches, but I was in class and the teacher, I could have sworn to God, my 7th grade teacher was like, come to class with your outline. And like, we're going to like do a workshop or whatever.
Right.
So I came to that class, had it prepared. And she's like, all right, guys, like, I'm just going to like set you guys free. Like do whatever you need to do. You can come talk to me. Make sure you turn your outlines in tonight by 11:59.
Oh my God.
I like Shannon Sharp slapped my table and just like did the old fucking, are you kidding me? But then I was like, okay, now I'm just going to get down to business. So put my earphones in and just fucking scrambled an old outline. But the class it's for is a 100 level class. And it's the class that they like wouldn't let me go through that I had an Aloni class for, but whatever. And so like it didn't have to be that extensive. So got it all done, printed, went to class, got the 30 points.
God,
so looking good.
Solid day, solid start of the week for Turner Eugene. Kev, what you been up to? I mean, your school year's got to be winding down. You're closing on like a month left.
Pretty much, yeah, late April. So we go all through May, and then the last day is the 2nd of June.
Let's go.
Falls right on a Friday too, so just good calendar work. This good this go around. But shoot, I don't know. I mean, it's getting hot. Kids are,
getting
kind of
cooped
falling
up
like flies sometimes. The heat. We got headaches. We gotta constantly fill up waters. So some kids are just doing a lot of that. Sometimes they play the game and they try and skeet out, but through only 2 years, I have to say, from last year to this year, my like sifting through the do you need it has just gone through the roof. I've gotten so good at it. I have to give myself a quick
that's
back.
6 cents.
But yeah, because then when they put their stuff down and they kind of like, and then like a minute later they're right back in. I'm like, I knew it.
This is bullshit.
There it is. I'm like, this is why I'm just continuing to just grow. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Get in there, girl. Come on, let's go. You can do it. But yeah, I don't know. Feeling good, man.
T Ferg Cali, huh?
Huh?
T Ferg with the old baseball.
Yeah, I don't know, man, dude. When I'm lit, it's hard for me to just stay still. Like I gotta have something, and also, honestly, for me, I think kind of helps me just think on it. Like if I sit here and have to kind of like if I like, I'll listen to you guys better. Like I'm still kind of like that little kid who maybe needs a fidget spinner when it's down. Like this just kind of has stayed with me a little bit.
Damn, fidget spinners though. I still have mine from like 6 years ago. Going to see Tay Meek, legendary.
Wow.
Going off what you were saying though, were you guys big I need to get water kids and like PE and stuff growing up? Boog, you strike me as a kid that needed like 30 gulps at the water fountain and everyone was telling you to save water for the fish. What's the scoop on this?
I mean, you know me, it's if I was having a drink out of the water fountain, I was not a happy camper. I'm a bottled guy.
Oh wow.
Everyone knows this.
This is true. This is true. Crystal guys are on the way out.
No, honestly, the thing with water fountains, I've seen some stuff. I mean, I've seen people like stuck in like literally like face on the thing at Schallenberger. I've seen a girl like just honking chunks into the one like,
fuck.
Bro.
And there's
those
no
Schallenberger ones, those white logs.
You know how many times I've used those like on a walk or something like that, just like popping by, not even giving it a second thought, and to know some chick 15 years ago was blowing chunks in there. Still, I think I'm swearing off of them for good. That's horrible. Kev, what about you? Were you the big water fountain guy, sweating it all out during PE?
I mean, it was all we had. Like, no one brought water bottles with them in class. We just had fountains. So
we weren't rich like Boog Meek. We didn't live
apparently he was just taking a nice little geyser with him through the day. That's great to have.
I got out my CG, man.
Oh, my word. But no, it was always, just depends. Like, I was always like a pretty respectful sipper. But on days sometimes I remember like April, May, like around this time, back the dump truck up, 20 plus, maybe take a breath, shout out.
Those were the worst kids.
To Tracy Friends and swimming pool, man. And then give me another 8 ticks, man. Start the clock.
That
and then,
so good.
Ooh, all right, I'm good. Here you go. Get in there.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
But no, I've been in line where I've been like, okay.
You're taking too long.
Dude, I'm about to bite your ear off. All right. Get out of here, dog. 8-year-old me is ready to just turn flames on at any discomfort. But yeah, been behind some long sips before. I'm sure we all have. But man, when you get yours,
nothing better.
Enjoy it. You love it. You high five the guy behind you.
Let's go.
We got like 13 days left, man. Then it's going to be my grandma's pool, baseball, and a whole lot of dip cones from Big Dogs. If you remember, that's still Mojo. Same building, man.
Wow. I
Shout out, Boog.
I don't think about that enough. We spent like our whole childhood riding bikes to Big Dogs, and Boog Meek got to cook in the house that Dogs built. Just a savage. Yeah, dude, the water fountain was so good, though. Sometimes when people would be counting, I would just wet the water on my lips, not even drink it. Just be like, keep counting. I don't give a fuck. I'll be here all day. Not even. That's just like the story of my life right there. I feel like that's a perfect representation of my life.
Do you guys have a favorite, like, could remember back to like the best water fountain?
Oh, there's one.
Mine's Winchester Ranch. Kev, you might know.
Oh shit.
Oh, the big boy?
The one in the hall and like
the hallway
of the clubhouse.
Was it cold?
Wow.
Cold as shit.
It would mess your teeth up. Oh my God. It would be like if you didn't just tongue that thing, dude. You'd be like, I need a break.
That's fucking
At least that was me. I was like, damn. I was like, I have some cavities or something.
That's like what you want out of a water fountain, though. That's, ice cold, because it takes away that metal feeling. I mean, the best one, best and worst, both come on Willow Glen campus. The best one ever is the middle school library side. Boog, you remember where the little cutout goes? There's a water fountain there, same thing. Ice cold. It's one of the old silver ones, you know what I mean? With the push bar.
It's in the library, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And it was like the only one was like, I'll get out of line to go get a sip of that water. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing.
HP's gonna love that. HP's gonna love that because I have a video of me shoving his head in there. Like he told me, bro, get a video. And
that is so good. Dude, the best one though, it was the same thing as the ranch. It would 100%, like sting 100%. Your teeth, exactly. And then the worst one in the gym, that metallic one on the low hoop side, Boog.
Oh God!
And it literally just tastes like metal. And they're like great stream, great flow, but pure metal. And the one on the other side, no flow, good taste. Just
Mokhtar Abdi was dropping 30 off that.
Cramping up. Go get some water. Mokhtar Miracle. Look it up. I mean, that's if you want to see young Boog Meek at his prime, Mokhtar Miracle is going to be the video you want to search up on YouTube.
Right.
So good. Wow. If I remember, what time is it? 13 minutes. Mokhtar link. 13 minutes. This is the bad part about trying to produce and do it. I would never remember that if I just fucking send it off. All right, moving on. NFL draft. Boog, we kind of went over it. We were texting about it a little bit before. How are you feeling about 2 third rounds back-to-back for the old Bronx? I know you guys gave a little bit away to get old Shawnee P, but I think that was a good thing.
Yeah. I will say, although the GM's made some questionable moves for the Broncos, George Payton, whatever it is. He's actually been good in drafting. He got Pat Surtain, got Javonte, got a couple other good guys. So got Greg Dulcich. So he's good at drafting, and Sean Payton's good at drafting. So I trust they know what they're doing. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
Let's go. We love to hear it. Broncos on a big outlook. Kev, what's Detroit looking like? They got any first rounders this year?
Yeah, I mean, Detroit's in a really good spot. Overall, they have 9 picks in the top 195 of the entire draft.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, so they've got 2 1s, 2 2s, 1 3, 2 5s, and 2 6s. That's their total draft of 9 picks. So they've got 2 1s Thursday night, which is going to be exciting to see because I'm looking at the mock drafts and they're not like I listen to a lot of basically the Brad Holmes, the GM on just the Lions YouTube page. Like this dude, his drafts are money. He drafted Cooper Kupp for the Rams back in the day.
Oh shit.
Like this guy, and he's brought in, he's been an assistant GM with the Rams and then comes over to the Lions. He's brought in, numerous young, talented guys that are immediately just quick hitters and make an impact. So, yeah, really excited to see what happens. I think they're definitely looking defense at 6. That's their highest pick, the 6th overall. Then they got 18. I don't know. I feel like a wide receiver is probably the best thing for them, in my opinion, because Jameson Williams just got suspended 6 games.
Dude, is he the only one on the team? There was a couple guys, right?
Dude, there were 6 dudes. They cut 2 of them, kept 4 of them, and the 4 of them are suspended, I believe, for 6.
God.
Yeah. And so Jameson Williams, again, misses most of his rookie season because of recovering from torn ACL. Now he's going to miss the first 6. Now you got to jumpstart him into the flow of the offense and stuff. When he had the touches, he made a big play, scored a touchdown. Like the potential and what could be for Jameson Williams is there, because I think that's kind of what the Lions are going to miss in the offense. They need a deep threat. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown is awesome, but very rarely is he just going to beat somebody on a 52 piece and Goss and just let it rip, But that's where I think at 18, it's like, damn, dude, let's go get Quentin Johnston. See what happens when you get Jameson Williams back.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Free agency's been wild, but they've added a lot. The secondary, basically, they just bought, which is awesome. So now they don't really have to focus a pick on it. They might. I don't know, because that's what I'm thinking. Like with Brad Holmes, it's kind of so like, we're just going to go best for the team. We like this guy. We like that guy. So it's just like no one's off the board. But did you hear a story about how an Eagles guy got erased from the draft board?
No.
Top 15 guy.
What happened?
It was an Iowa defensive end. Some playbook was given to him. 100 Bones is in the back.
Oh, no.
Apparently, he might have taken the money, but he lied about why it wasn't there when the playbook was given back to Philly. And then Philly immediately was like, nah, bro, you're off.
Done.
And he's a first-round guy.
The 100 in?
No, the team did, kind of.
The team puts it in when they give it to you. And so when you have to give it back, it was a character test.
Right.
To see if you just hand the playbook back.
Now,
that's I
crazy.
thought he was bribing the team, like, here's 100, take me.
No.
That would be funny.
From professional franchise, they got $100. Hey, thanks, man.
That's stupid. I'd never do that.
Now,
that's
what's
dumb.
worse? Is it taking the $100 bill or not knowing the $100 bill was ever in there? You know what I mean? Not going through the playbook at all and just saying, yeah, I went through it, and then them asking about the 100 and him being like, oh, fuck, like there was money, you know what I mean? Like one of those things. What do you think would be worse, not going through it or taking the 100?
I'm going through it, because if you're smart enough in the moment, you wouldn't admit that factor.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're going to just try and outplay the system and be like, oh, you didn't know the 100? I was like, I knew it was there, and then obviously like I'm giving it to you back, so like I didn't take it.
Right. Yeah, true.
Hands are clean. Like that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Like, are you man enough? I mean, can a 21-year-old kid say that to a GM who's about ready to draft him? Shit, I don't know. Maybe not that quick on the dot, but I don't know. That's what I'd do in the moment and be like, yeah, there you go. Like, there it is. Like, it was there in the back. It's there now.
It's there
like,
now.
Yeah.
Boog, what would you do?
Well, first, I want to say this reminds me of this kid from Maloney. We were at the Modesto tournament, and there was a soda machine. There was like $2 with like a note, and it was like, "Get a soda on me." And it was something like
someone paying it forward, like
yeah,
get a snack on me for the next.
You got to do it too, or something like that. So what did you say, Jim?
Like you pay it forward for the next person. Like you leave a 5 or something like that.
Yeah, it was something. I forget what it was, but it was something like pretty like you gotta like pay it forward or whatever.
Right.
And Markel Wells just like goes up and just snags it and just walks away. And his classic laugh.
I would do that though. Fuck that. If you're leaving dollars out in the vending machine, that's getting snatched, or I'm getting a Snickers and a Coke. I mean,
I was gonna say, if you're coming back from Modesto and that's like the Sunday ride back, click that button, baby. Here we go. Let's ride.
Exactly. But Boog, what would you rather do? Would you rather the GM know you took the dollar or not read it? And I mean, if you took the dollar, you read the book, right?
Yeah.
In this scenario.
I mean, I really don't like the whole 100 thing because like, what if it falls out or what? Like, I just like.
True.
I think that's really
I'm
dumb,
assuming
but
they put it in a sheet in like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like a laminated sheet or something. I hope they.
I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I really think that's stupid.
I mean,
oh my God, give a take, you piece.
That's my take. That's literally my take. I think it is stupid.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, then I'll give the opposite take of Kev. I think I'd rather take the 100, and then when they call me on it, just be like, there was $100 bill there. Am I not supposed to take the 100? I would reach my pocket and give them another 100. Be like, I didn't expect I could have reported you to the league for giving me money. What do you want to do here? You know what I mean? I would have just like played it in one of those. Like, what is this? What we're doing?
Like, if you're not drafting the guys because they take 100 or whatever, or because this thing, I mean,
right now, does it change?
Who was it? The Eagles.
Eagles. That's a franchise, yeah.
Hey, no wonder you lost. You're not first, you're last. So
damn.
hey,
I was just saying,
look at you trying to just band all the brothers together. The last 31, man, it don't matter. 32-2.
Now, would it make a difference if it was an offensive or a defensive guy? Like if a defensive guy took the 100, is that the mentality you want out of you? A guy playing defense for
Coach
you?
Prime.
That's what I mean. I mean, it's a very, very more mild way of saying what he's saying. He said some wild shit, but I feel like the mentality for a defensive guy to be like, I'm taking any chance I can get. You know what I mean? Like any break I can get. I feel like it would maybe change it a little for me. Not a ton, but maybe a little.
It was a defensive guy that did it to the Eagles.
Boom. He's good. He's good in my book. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know. A draft night's always weird. Boog, if you're a cusp guy of going day one and you're not sure, are you showing up to the draft?
Nah, I'm only showing up if I'm fucking like that guy.
Really? Kev, are you in the same boat there?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm top 40, but I know, because this year's draft, 1 pick short. We're 31 picks. It's not 32. So you're probably only looking at like 36 dudes back there. Why? There, I don't know. You go ahead.
You say that weird?
No. You said why? You said it like you're from Arkansas. Why?
Who, what, where, when? Kawhi.
But I mean, I know Denver doesn't have a pick in that draft.
Right.
But
they traded
in that first round. Yeah, it was traded. But then I think it was also, wasn't it due to a penalty or something? Someone serving a suspension? No? Then why? Do you know why there isn't a pick?
That might be the reason. I thought you were talking about why Denver doesn't. It's because Sean Payton, but yeah.
But no, I'm saying there's only 31. Usually, traditionally, there's 32.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you go like 36 guys in the green room for that. But yeah, Dude, if you're saying like, yeah, you're like 34, I'm chilling.
Oh,
If I get picked
really?
in the first round, you know what? At the end of the day, I'm still hanging with the people I would probably have with me in the green room. So it's like,
True.
yeah, I don't maybe get the full run of the mill experience for it, but like, hey, I'm a first round pick. I know I'm
Right.
about to be on my guaranteed, but yeah, whatever, like that. And plus, if you get late first, like, yo, I'm going to a good team
True.
most of the time. So you're
Yeah.
kind of feeling good about that too.
That's a good
True.
point. I think I would show if I get that invite. I think I have to show up. You know what I mean? Nothing else. It's like, one, a great story, and two, all cameras are going to be on you all night. I mean, for better or worse, it's going to be for worse in that
Throughout the whole
night.
experience too, because you're going to get there hella early.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, there's going to be so much footage of you at the draft, and you'll be, I feel like, thankful once you are playing. I mean, obviously, if you're getting invited, you're going to get picked up eventually. But yeah, I don't know. That always intrigues me. It sucks for those guys though that don't get picked up and are just like fucking waiting around, like, ooh.
I know.
But yeah, I don't know. It's odd deal. What do you think of Rodgers officially a Jet? I want to get Todd on the horn, but this fucking thing is all jacked up. I don't think I'll be able to do it over Zoom, unfortunately. But Kev, you think he's going to be the guy for the Jets?
I mean, you like the thought if there's a good offensive line up front. That's pretty much the biggest MO. I mean, you're going to be able to get open. Rodgers can throw you open. Like, he's still got the attributes and the arm to make plays.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can stand him up and keep him healthy, and he's, you know, it looks like a little bit more invested and emotionally bought into what's going on. I think him and Robert Saleh seems like a real, what could be a nice connection, or seems like just two very competitive guys. So if those spirits can kind of align with each other,
right?
I think it could be a really good partnership, and that will definitely drive the team because they've got the pieces. I mean, they're not a bad squad,
Sure.
So you're looking at them right now and you think Rodgers is adding at least another win or two.
You would hope.
So whatever their last season total was, and I'm sure that gets them in the playoffs. You're looking at 10, 11 wins to get in. I think Rodgers makes your team at least a healthy Rodgers. You're going to win 10, 11 games. So you got a shot to make it to the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, I like the move for the Jets. Green Bay did get a first round pick.
Right.
And I think a load of other picks, but they had to get a 1. So
yeah, they got a 1 and then a conditional second, and then if Rodgers plays 65%, it becomes a first round. So, I mean, a potential of 2 first round picks. I think he'll end up playing 65% of the games as long as he doesn't get hurt. But I think it's one of those weird situations where both teams did win on that trade. Yeah, I mean, there's no losers there. Rodgers wanted out; his time was done. But I don't know how he's going to handle the New York media. I feel like they might eat him alive. He might just say, fuck it, and not show up to any media obligations and just take the penalties. Because, I mean, I don't want to say he's a head case, but goddamn, if you're spending 14 days of darkness or whatever he did, there's something else going on. But yeah, I mean, what was I going to say?
It'd be interesting to see who they start off with, like the first 5 games. If they get like a softer start, because if the Jets are like 3-2, 4-1, it's all cool in the gang. They're going to be on them if they start like 0-2,
right.
1-3, 1-4. Like, that's when it's going to get tough. But if they flip that, it's going to be okay. At least to start, it'll be okay to kind of get some good graces instead of just getting crapped on like right out of the gate.
For sure. And now, do you think if they start getting shit on Boog right away, that the Jets will pull the plug early? That way they don't lose a first round pick, keep him under 65, or do you think they'll just let him ride, be the guy?
I mean, like, yeah, like maybe that sense. But I don't know. I don't know if they'll like pull the plug necessarily.
Right.
But I like the fact that he's switching it up to 8, if I'm not mistaken, going to 8. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
But their offensive coordinator is Nathaniel Hackett, and they play in Denver this year.
Wow.
I mean, I guess Tej wants to go to the Packer game.
Oh, what a bummer. Tell him to switch it up and go to the Jets.
And my mom wants to go for fucking who. So it's like,
that is legendary. I mean,
you and Todd should just go to the Jets game, and then all of you just go to the Packer game.
Yeah.
Dude,
That'd be nice.
that would be so fun. The Jets, I mean, that would get rowdy.
I'm gonna go to a Raider game too with
in Vegas.
I'm not sure. I want to do Vegas, but he lives in Denver, so it might be easier to do Denver.
Yeah, dude, way easier. Plus, especially if you like Denver Stadium,
I kind of want it to kind of like fall like maybe like a UFC weekend.
That would be
in Vegas. That would be. I mean, that's like a once in a fucking. I mean, September card. McGregor.
Wow. And now I guess that's no better way to transition.
What are you shaking your head at, Kev?
He's not fighting, bro.
I was just about to say that. He looked, I mean, as coked up as one could possibly be at the Ryan Garcia fight.
Endosomo.
Dude, I mean, between the Ryan Garcia and did you see the invisible handshake? Dude, that shit was crazy.
That was spec GC. But that video was.
It was horrible.
I was just like, oh.
Thank you. Even as a fucking diehard,
right?
Golly.
It was hard not to cringe. I mean, it was one of his not finer moments.
It literally was like he took like 3 Jimmy Riley gulps of the fucking that big bottle he had before he went in there. He was like. I was like, oh my Lord.
It was bad. But I was wondering, do you think he's in the USADA pool yet? I mean, it doesn't seem to be so. I feel like we would have got news.
I think Dana White pulled out $100,000 to USADA and then laughed and walked away.
Do you think
and if you want to know what laugh that was, look up Dana White, Conor McGregor, Khabib in Russia, and you'll get that laugh.
Dana.
Dude.
And now,
did you put that in here?
That's what I'm gonna try.
Oh my goodness.
He says, I want Khabib in Russia. Is he fucking awesome? He's like, I want Khabib in Russia. Yeah.
But do you think that's an actual possibility that they just not do away with USADA? And I know we've talked about this ad nauseum, but do you think now that we're getting closer to it, it's a little more realistic? Do you think that that's something they actually might do?
If you go back UFC 200, they knew Brock Lesnar was on the sauce, and they needed saving to that card. So,
well, I guess anything's possible, but
that's why Mark Hunt had that whole lawsuit because he said they knew.
I didn't realize that was part of the lawsuit. I thought it was just for like the winnings and shit that he, you know what I mean, that he got screwed out of. That makes a lot more sense though. If the UFC knew, that would, I mean, make them very guilty. Kev, what do you think about that? Do you think McGregor ends up fighting? Do you think he skips out on the USADA pool? I mean, it's looking bleaker and bleaker. Now that Boog said his piece, and we can. No, I'm just kidding.
It's just I don't know. You can jump the line in the rankings, but I don't know if you can jump the bridge that is USADA. Yeah. Like if everyone knows that Conor's doing shit, and then they still let him fight, like the whole roster is gonna riot. Or like there's just that potential.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. I mean, if they do away with USADA, then I don't know. I don't think you can do that either because there's just too much press at that point. Like I just don't think you can just can USADA like in a month we're all of a sudden like unaffiliated. Right. Like it would be like a prolonged process to break that partnership up. But yeah, man.
But I don't think he's on anything. Like you said, like, the whole roster knows. I think he's
cycling off now is what I think's happening. I mean, he looks so much smaller than 2 months ago. Like he's
doing a movie and he's
for sure
a role.
Exactly, but that doesn't mean he's not on a cycle. I think that would further prove.
I mean, that's the perfect time to take a cycle. Exactly. You're doing a movie, you have a role.
You need to get juiced.
Isn't he with Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie that he was filming?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, you're obviously gonna have,
and Gyllenhaal was on
like
the Sauce
A-list movie. Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't think so.
But the jacket he was wearing at the Garcia fight looked like one of his older ones. You know what I mean? It wasn't one of his new ones. I've seen him wear that before when he was smaller. So it looks to me like he's getting back down to size. I hope that means he's just taking some time to get back into the pool. Because I mean, him versus Chandler, there's no better better fight. You know what I mean? For him to come back to, it's a dangerous fight, but
the only thing
Chandler's
that's keeping it intact.
for
Because
sure.
like then you just burn Chandler if Connor can't show up. So that's why. Because like Chandler's, it's prime enough to wait for, because Chandler's, shown up and delivered pretty much every time he's been in there. So it's credit to him. Like, you're going to get another good performance just the longer you ice him. He's still going to stay sharp. He's going to be good. He's not taking big hits, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's Chandler that's, really probably sitting on the hot seat about the whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense too. But like they always say, it's the red panty fight. You wait on that one as long as possible until you can't.
I think he either fights Chandler or they shelf him. I think either way, he will fight Chandler, beat Chandler, or they'll just shelf him. UFC 300, Nate, hopefully coming off the Paul win.
Wow, coming off the Paul win
Connor,
and the
Nate
lawsuit. What did you guys think of the whole Nate Diaz scuffle? I've seen two sides of it. Jake Shields is trying to play it. I mean, and Jake Shields is like Nate Diaz's best friend, but he's trying to play it like the guy was aggressing Nate and all this shit. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't think that was it. But I also don't think Nate should be charged. You know what I mean? It's a tough one because he dropped the guy and the guy split his head open. So it's like something's got to happen. But what do you think happens to Nate from here? Do you think he ends up fighting Jake? I mean, I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, there was a big exchange where KSI said he'd fill in and Nate was like, when you two fucking chumps just fight, like I'll fight someone who can actually fight. So Kev, do you think it actually happens? Do you think he gets in trouble with the law? What do you think happens with the whole Nate situation?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he got charged with something.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what the charges were. I'm sure it's
it was
battery or
New Orleans PD, but yeah, I think it was second degree something. I don't know. That's what I thought I read. But yeah, no, what? But yeah, so I don't know. He's definitely kind of in deep shit at the moment. Like, I don't know what is going to have to happen. I mean, obviously, that's definitely a court appearances, I assume, in New Orleans. So Louisiana gets to have a little bit of Nate for a while, if that is true. But yeah, I hope he fights Paul. And then, yeah, I hope he comes back to the UFC too. Like, perfect one-off, then come right back in it. There's just even bigger money fights that could be on the line at the UFC if he wants them. I mean, that trilogy with Connor, I mean,
right,
that could be the biggest and the best of all time. Like, not going to get touched maybe for a while. Like, that could just blow all the records. So hopefully that comes to fruition. But yeah, at the end of the day, to answer your question, yes, I hope he still fights. Will it happen? I'm going to say yes. I think it will. I think it'll still be on.
Boog, what do you think?
I don't know if he'll be in court. I think it'll be settled outside. I don't know. Did the whatever guy, like,
I didn't know if he pressed charges or if it was just the police or what was going on.
That could happen too, right?
But like Nate's attorney said, like, self-defense, the guy was a trained fighter and like came after him. But there's like in the video you see like the guy kind of like has his hands up, like saying like, let's calm down. And Nate's like doing the classic. And then like it's either like I think they grabbed hands and then someone came in the camera and then he was in the thing. So you didn't see how he got to the thing. So if the guy dove, then Nate's fine. But if Nate like put him down and then got him in it,
snapped him down with the collar tie.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I think like I was actually texting my dad about it. And I think he was like saying like his like lawyer will like take care of it. Who knows if he'll have to go out there.
Yeah.
Probably just have to pay a big fine.
That's right. And then pay the guy off. And
do a Saints game.
Saints game.
Pound a drum, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's definitely a tough one. Nate, it's tough to argue that he's not in the wrong. It's like, how are you going to argue that you got inside hand position on Nate? You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many things that, like, I just...
And then, did you see afterwards, like, he, like, took a video and he was like, I'm going to beat... And then the guy behind him was like, oh, and I'm like, bro, holy, like, it was just like so fucking cringe, bro. It was like, oh my God.
That's
Like,
brutal.
it was bad. Yeah, it was like, he's like, when I like am ready for you, I'm gonna knock you out.
Oh, the
And
Roddy guy said that? I thought you were talking Nate said
no, yeah,
that.
no. The
God.
Roddy guy said that, and this fucking random guy behind him like was like, oh, like,
Oh,
fuck,
God.
man. There's so many idiots on this fucking planet.
I know. And I mean, Nate Diaz is kind of a fucking idiot too. He gets in a fight every time he goes in public. It's like, dude, at some point you gotta grow
that
up.
freaking,
It's crazy.
that Chase Demore guy is an idiot.
Yeah.
The freaking hits the guy on the ground, tries to do the Izzy, and that water bottle throw was like an inch from breaking a nose.
Dude, if that would have shattered the guy's eye socket had it hit him in the face. Like, I mean, he hawked that thing. Fucking crazy. The guy's got to screw loose. Something's got to be done about it.
Always got a water bottle ready.
Literally, he's always walking with one with like 3/4 full. That way it gets that nice fling to it. He knows what he's doing. The guy's a fucking psychopath. But yeah, no, I mean, it's all crazy. Coming back for 300 would be sick, though, against McGregor. That timeline fits in perfect if he does a boxing match, get back into MMA shape. You guys think they change the canvas color up for 300, go back to the old piss stain canvas? Boog, what
I'm
do you
not
think?
sure.
Yeah.
I say you do green, white, and orange.
Oh, my God, you're so dumb. You are so dumb. Fuck it. On to the next. Oh, we didn't get a chance to talk about it. It's been a while. What did you guys, I guess, we'll get into some NBA playoffs. What did you guys think about the whole Draymond thing, one, and two, the amount of flagrant fouls for, like, hitting guys in the balls, which seem unintentional? I guess, Boog, go to you first. What did you think of the Draymond thing? Was it dirty? Did he deserve to get ejected and suspended?
I don't think he deserved to get suspended. I understand the ejection.
Right.
I thought it was comedy. I thought the crowd thing was amazing. I thought the whole thing was awesome. I love that sort of stuff. And that's like you want to watch that. That gets people invested. That's what people don't understand. Like,
right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that sort of stuff. But he went down hard. Like it almost was like he like felt himself get like caught, and he's like, okay, now I like can do whatever I want.
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah, no, I mean, is Draymond a guy you would like to see on the Lakers? I know him and Braun have this sort of love thing going on, and the Warriors, at this rate, I think might be getting a little tired of him. Would he be a guy you'd like to see in the purple and gold?
Throw him the old Jim Ride 2.5.
Wow.
That's fucking
a 2.5. That's a number you don't see in the NBA too often. It's crazy. It's like the most popular high school number, not in the NBA though.
Or what if he goes 35, 1 over Shaq?
Wow. 1 over Shaq. How ridiculous. Kev, what did you think of the whole Draymond situation? You ever do anything dirty like that in a game?
Would I?
Have you both?
If some bastard really did something to me, like, yeah, like young Kev would do it out of like, I'm mad. Like,
right.
I would do, but sometimes I did it to my own teammates. Like, I remember one guy, like, I just boomed a freaking chest pass to him because he like had like he made like a defensive mistake, and I was pissed, and then it was a turnover, and I was like, shit. I just
worth it though. Sometimes, I
mean,
but
he was like hurting his arm, and like people were like, Kevin, and I'm like, they scored last time because they him. Like, but no, would I do something like that? 100%. But I agree with Boog. I'm not with the suspension. I mean, yeah, Sabonis did grab. Draymond kind of like put weight on the foot. It wasn't like a curb stomp, like
exactly
brush to the gizzards. Like he just kind of gave him a little press, and then like kind of, but he did the second. He did a little,
he did,
like if he did the press and then just got out because his arms were definitely off by that point. Clean, but then he had to give him a little one up.
More, yeah.
And then you're suspended, and then
the flail was amazing.
The bonus on the ground was awesome. I mean, he had to get defibrillated. I mean, that was awesome. Yeah, he got hit by a stingray. But yeah, it'll be a great game 5 tomorrow, though. Fox playing with the fractured finger. Love it,
Huge.
man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kentucky, Texas, Steve Fox. You made a good one, man. Guy's a gamer. Got to respect him. I like Steve Fox, man.
Yeah.
Solid.
Anytime anyone's playing with injury, gotta respect it.
Dubs always getting lucky, man.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Here we go.
better be lucky than good, baby.
That's
Take
true.
the Dubs when you can get them, man. It just is what it is.
Bummies.
Do you guys think people in the NBA should start getting fined more fined for flopping? I mean, it's getting egregious. Like Reeves. I mean, Boog, I know you're a big Reeves guy, but that guy, every time he gets touched, he's doing the old.
He's getting hit hard.
He's not. He's getting tapped at the top of the key, and he's like losing the ball and like flailing. I mean, it's getting to a point where it's hard to watch, honestly. Do you think guys should
That's how it's evolved.
Yeah.
Say, go again.
No, I was just gonna say, do you think guys should get fined for flopping? And like, I mean, it's kind of it would be hard to judge what a flop is, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, is that something they could do, should do? What do you think?
No, I think it's part of the game now. I think it's just. I mean, like, there's egregious ones,
right?
But like most, I would say like Braun's never flopped in his career. Like he gets hit hard every time.
Dude, Dylan Brooks hitting him in the balls might have been the biggest flop I've ever seen. And he was going for the ball and his arm got caught up. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, it might have been slightly intentional leaving it out there, but he didn't like wind up and hit him in the balls. I mean, that was crazy. And then LeBron goes down in the fetal position. I don't know.
And they stays, bro. Him like Schroeder did it like last night. Mm-hmm. They just like stay down and act like they're really hurt trying to get
exactly. It's like soccer now. But Schroeder's was bad.
Same with Sabonis. Sabonis acted like he got shot in the ribs and then resumed play. How could it be a flagrant 2 if you resume play? A flagrant 2 was what Brooks did to Peyton last year.
Yeah.
That's like an egregious flagrant 2.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's getting crazy what they are allowing and what they're calling. And I guess erring on the right side is good for on the side of calling it's good for the refs. It's keeping LeBron James happy, and I guess that's all that matters. But it's getting wild out there. Kev, who do you have winning the finals?
Ooh, damn, I don't know. I mean, there is a road for Golden State.
For
Denver
sure.
I like Denver. I mean, they're looking good against Minnesota. They lost game 4. Before we hopped on, the Timberwolves, I think, were like tied. So it'd be kind of sick if the T-Wolves did a little something.
Come back.
But I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I like LA, first of all. I liked watching that game last night, man. The Lakers I like Braun, AD healthy. Like I've said, I'm a big AD guy. I'm big Kentucky all of a sudden. Fox, AD.
For real.
Bring back Kid Gilchrist, man. What a Bucks number 2.
Wow.
Dude. Tough. Kid Gil, I know, man. What in the world did we do with that jumper, man? But, yeah, I don't know. I like the Lakers. And then Lakers-Dubs could be a nice matchup if the Dubs get by. Even Lakers-Kings. Yeah. That would be just fun to watch. I mean, the Lakers would have to change their game because the Kings run and gun. It'd be a tough matchup, I think, for the Lakers a little bit. But, I mean, AD Sabonis would be a sick matchup. I don't know. Sorry, I'm going roundabout on this question.
Kev, we going to a game in Sac if that happens?
Dude, I'm down. I mean, it's going to be a hefty piece of change, man. Not only to get there, but then to walk in. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe – I'd have to take a look, but I don't know. Kings would be sick.
How about your boy Jimmy Buckets last night?
Hey, hop on the train now, boys. Come on. What does the guy got to do? 56. This is my shit. Let's go, Jimmy. Hey, yeah.
And Boog,
suit up every night. What is going on in that series? That is rough.
And UNR's finest is on Miami. Caleb Martin, baby. Gotta love that.
Mm-hmm.
Showing out for the old Wolf Pack. Dude, Jimmy Butler, crazy. I mean, playoff Jimmy gives a shit, and
he's a real deal, man. And there's good players around him. Like they're a solid team.
Yeah,
that shit was insane last night.
Yeah, fun team to watch.
But yeah, Boog, who do you have winning the East? I didn't ask who you're winning at all because I know that answer, but the East.
I got Boston, maybe Philly, but I'm saying Boston because I want Boston, the Lake Show, because of
Little
the
history.
Tatum.
Oh,
the Tatum.
That would be sick though. I mean, Boston, LA, anything is fucking just rivalry central too. That's must watch TV. Love it. Yeah, the Warriors have a path there, but the longer this series goes, the more scared I get. They got to wrap it up in 6 if they're gonna have any shot. Cause these boys gonna be tired. But
y'all know who's gonna be waiting.
I was gonna say the Grizzlies have to get one for the sake of the winner of that series, because if the Lakers can kill it in 5, that is a good probably 8 days rest for sure.
Exactly. Let Braun rest up. That's an issue. And did it seem like he was resting a little bit more last night, like not playing as much? It seemed like he was coming off the bench a few more times than I remembered in the past.
I'm gonna be honest.
Go ahead, Kev. No, I didn't watch like tip to the end. I picked it up like maybe 6 minutes, like halfway through the third. And then, but I mean, that was when it was all the good parts.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I was cool watching all that from then on. But go ahead, Bug.
It's funny you say that because there was a point in the game where I was like, I'm going to freaking tweet out after this game. Yo, Braun, no more posting what you're wearing to the game and fucking like pics of everything. Like 0 dark 6,
right.
0 dark 23. Get off it, man. What's going on? And then, of course, what happens. But I got to give a shout out, D-Lo.
Had to.
Let's go.
Sick.
9 straight to take the lead.
Hadn't hit a 3 before that. Hits 3 in a row. I mean, the guy has really resurged the Lakers. That's where he belongs too. He just everywhere else seemed like a misplacement. He belongs to the Lake Show. And I feel like he'd be there for a long time. I feel like LeBron likes him. He's got the trust of the locker room back. What's not to love? Let's move on. NBA. Oh, one last thing, basketball related. I just want to bring up the Melo-itis. So Danny Granger, apparently there's a story that went around that when he was playing prime Melo, he called in sick one day, or called out, whatever you want to say. Said he was sick one day, so we didn't have to play Melo, and then all the guys started calling it Melo-itis. And then it became a thing around the league. Anytime guys would not play or like took a rest day when Melo, and those weren't such a big thing back then, but like something happened when Melo was playing, it would be Melo-itis. So in your memory, is there a guy that you either one ever had Melo-itis playing against, or 2 just hated playing against and like would always be matched up against? Kev, we'll start with you.
I mean, there was no one that I was like, I guess it's like the sports we play, like we couldn't like back down and like not show up.
For sure.
Like at least within sports. But man, it was, I mean, honestly, it really wasn't a guy. It was a team.
Ooh.
It was more of a team.
And who was that?
It was my 8th grade flag football year.
And that's with you at the QB, right? You're slanging the pigskin.
Winchell.
And we lost to the same team 5 times.
Oh, wow.
And we lost, I believe, only to one other team. So we lost 6 games. We were like 12-6, but we lost to the same team 5 times. Crazy. We just we played them at different parts of the season and everything, but they got us every time.
And now, at what point did you guys lose faith? Was it like, all right, game 1 we lost, game 2 we got them. All right, game 2 we lost, we can get them game 3. Or was it like game 2 we lost, all right, we got to play these guys 3 more times, like buckle up because it's going to be an ass kicking? Or were they close games?
No, they were scattered throughout. So we didn't know they were our opening day game. So we didn't really know who we were like kind of seeing the first game. Like it was St. Joe's. Like I remember my brother played them and they were like so. So I was kind of thinking, I was like, dude, we're going to cook. I'm going to come out. I'm going to have at least 3 because my dad's calling the plays.
Exactly.
Our running backs get floaties. Ryan would dish. His quarterbacks were always good. I loved it. I would watch, be like, this is going to be me. This is going to be me. And so that's how we'd run our offense at least. But we get out there. First dude, kid's got orange cleats.
Oh, wow.
Kickoff. Takes to the house. Boop. Makes one move. He's a soccer dude. And I was
like,
gonna
say, were they soccer cleats?
Oh, dude, they were all white kids, and they were.
Flicks the football in someone's face.
I mean, it was almost that moment where it was like, yo, we're methodical. I'm like Stafford and the Rams. Like, we got to get you down the field.
Right.
But yeah, because I could go on tangents about my friggin' flag football season. But anyway, they went out, bro. So yeah, they took it to the house. We come back. I remember next play, I was like, all right, orange shoes. That's what we called them because he ate orange cleats. Hitch and go over the top. We're going to burn them. First play, bink, bink, over the top, burn them. 7-7. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be the funnest game ever. Yeah, we knew what we were doing. Like my dad was on it. I was like, and I went back and I'm like, God, like seeds. Like it's almost like it's gonna be Russ the Peyton Boog. Like it's gonna be awesome. Like, he's gonna know what to do and execute. But but anyway, back and forth. We lose 42-35.
Ooh, that's not a bad.
Like we didn't feel like okay,
day.
like we, they were just so faster than us at the end of the day, and we just got our way down. We just kind of ran out of plays. Like that's how it was 15 plays a quarter. That's how we played our flag football. So. One play left. If you're down more than a touchdown or whatever, you just call the game. But yeah. So then we play them in their tournament. So St. Joe's tournament. So we go there. First game we play them. It's like 8 a.m. It's their backfield. Grass is soppy as shit. They run the ball way better than we do. Here we go. 7 flat. Ooh, power football. Our guys are just getting big because they're bigger than us.
Right.
I mean, they score so quick again, and it's a timed game.
Oh,
and so they kind of
style. Yeah,
I think so. It's like a 30-minute game or something like that. We go out, and I'll just give you my stat line. I won't go play by play in this game. I went 0 for 7.
Oh no!
With a pick. That was our first game out of the tournament. Boom, 0-1, and I'm like. Fuck this team, bro.
Gonna be a long day.
This dude, I had kids at the line of scrimmage. No lie. They're like, watch the tight end curl. Our play was tight end curl. I was like, I look over at my dad. I remember I'm like, Dad, this kid knows the play. We're throwing the ball right to him. It's the tight end on the right. They're like, watch the curl. I'm like,
Jesus Christ. You
like,
calling audibles at the line?
Yeah, I know. I mean something. I just spike it at their feet. And they're like, why aren't you throwing it? I'm like, I'm going to throw a pick. This kid's right on him. But yeah. Got blasted with like 28-0. Rough way to start the tournament. We steamroll every other team from then on out to get to the championship game against them. Now it's 2:00 and it was on turf. And we're like, okay, thank God. Get out of this morning shit. We just beat the shit out of everybody because you thought we weren't going to make it out of the losers bracket. And here we go. We're going to play you again. Dude, fast forward to the end of the effing game. They score a touchdown with 1:30 left. Play before was a flag. No one ever throws flags in flag football, ever. They get a replay. They scored the touchdown. They milked the touchdown in the end zone. The only play left we had was the kickoff.
It was a running clock?
It was always a running clock. It was 30 minutes.
Christ.
It was 8th grade flag football. You don't stop the clock. It wasn't any special thing for a championship. And then we got shit out of time and we lost by a possession.
Oh, God. This is a great we lost by
it was like 14-13. We lost by a point. Like, we didn't have a chance to just get a playoff because we could have just – I mean, at that point, the fields are small enough in our touchbacks. Like, I could throw it 40 yards to get it to a guy to just yeet it.
Right.
And so didn't get that chance. I was just – oh, my God, dude. I remember I pumped the turf. I was so mad, dude, just because it was like, lost them again. But then – close in game 4, the last time they played us, they steamrolled us. Yeah. So we had 3 like barn burners. 2 times they just crushed.
Yeah, that's tough. Those are always fun though. I mean, at the start, the first 3 are always fun. Even when you're losing, it's like we got a chance. We're right.
We had a whole different playbook to play them by the time it was the 4th game. I mean, we were running and gunning. Like I had a good first game. I played him good line. Second game I played him 0 for 7. Championship game was good. then I remember the 5th game again. It was just like, Dad, we got to run the ball. Like, we got to go option. Ronnie Bass, I can make the 10-yard pitch, man. You don't have to give me the 12 brothers and sisters speech, baby. I can flick it, man. But golly, my bad. I've rambled on this.
Oh, no,
man.
that's
Master J.
It's exactly,
thing, man.
Kev,
Like,
that's
I haven't
exactly
eaten
what we
at all.
wanted, brother.
I'm just marijuana out right here, man. But yeah, dude, fun season for flag football. But yeah, that team, Melo-itis, man, like, you always showed up, but man, you knew it was like, these guys are faster than us. They can run it. They can pass.
Right.
And we can't score with them, so it's gonna be a tough night.
We're gonna be a long night. Love that. That's a great one, Kev. I don't never apologize here, my man.
Oh man, some hardcore sports stories, bro. Ooh, man, I got just journals on that shit.
And we love to hear them. Boog, do you have a Melo-itis or a team that was the bane of your existence?
Yeah, there's a couple instances, but I'd probably say like the best one was there was this team, fifth grade all net. I'm in 4th grade.
Legend.
And my team's just stacked. Noah Stapes, Josh Brungell, Will Crummy. I mean, you name it, we have.
You throw Will Crummy in the stacked lineup.
We were stacked, but like, so like we were okay, beat the bad teams. Early on in the year, we lost to the better teams, but then we got better as the year went on. But Redwood City was just
tough chapter. Shout out Redwood City, they were dogs,
bro. They and their 5th grade team, like they were good, and like the year before we beat them, but they were like split up, and like the all net team, they were like all on one team. And then they had this coach that was like literally this every time on defense, stop. Like literally the entire game. And I was like, it was like I hated going to that gym to play them.
The small gym,
awful.
The side outs.
It was so
you
bad.
could barely
bro.
get your shoes on
it
the corner
so
spot.
Bad.
Oh,
and then
Christ.
So they just kept beating us. And then we played them on the last game, and like we hung with them. And then the 4th quarter, they pulled away, and like my dad was like, "Fuck!" Like when we were walking out, my dad was like, "Fuck!" Like we didn't get smoked there. Like we were like in that gag. We felt good going out.
The scoreboard doesn't reflect the game.
Yeah.
Type of game.
Yeah. So we get to the playoffs, and we start. We're like going good. Will Crummy literally, guys, on his knees, gets it at the horn, chucks it in. On his knees. It was amazing. Against Los Gatos. Huh?
To win the game?
No. Just like end the quarter. But anyways, so we get to the semis. And the seeding, we're supposed to play Foothill, who is
trash,
substantially worse
I have one
than what's it called? Then
Redwood
City.
Yeah.
And they give us Redwood City. And head coach Todd Meeker was livid.
How did that even
Not
work
happy.
out?
It's just literally it made no sense. My dad was like, the seeding, it doesn't make sense. And they're like, you're playing Redwood City. Couldn't believe it.
And is that when you would show up outside the gym and they would just have it like on a poster board outside the gym? I remember NJB was doing that for a while.
Forget that. I forget if it
where
was that.
It was like,
it might have been that.
Yeah, because like internet wasn't like super big back then, so like they would just say your game time, and then you would show up, and it would be like on the bracket, like Willow Glen versus like, oh shit, all right, here we go.
So WNJB is rolling into this game. The best thing is, my favorite part about this, we can't get motion down at practice, like screen down, screen cross. So we're running 1-4 against man.
Oh my god!
My dad said, "Fuck it, just 1-4 against man.
At least keep the space."
So we're playing them, and we're just, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's USA Russia in the semis. I mean, it's literally what it is. So we're going and like we're beating them. And I remember there was a certain point. We always did this. Josh Brungell goes on to play football at San Diego State. We do 4 across, and then when they'd face guard us, I'd go, and he just threw me a moon ball, and I remember like
Willie
I
Mays
made
here.
it. I made it and turned around, and like he was like going like this. The crowd was going nuts. I'm like, oh my God. And then so good. Third quarter, like Redwood City is in tears on the bench. Like we're not even in the fourth, and they're in tears.
That is
and like
awesome.
the best thing, TJ is keeping score on the sideline in his typical Carolina sweatshirt. goes to my dad. They're crying. Oh, like what the like? And my dad's like, shut up. Did not want to know. Did
not acknowledge it
until,
exactly.
Yeah, and then final horn, but final horn sounded. My dad kept saying, play your game.
We love that.
We got it done. Yeah,
those are the learning moments that you get out of sports right there. It's like I don't get how kids grow up not playing sports. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's like
and that was to go to LA. I mean,
that's huge. Oh my God.
They beat us every game regular season, and then we just
in the one that matters
for all the marbles, man.
That's amazing. I mean, we had a similar one against Palo Alto, another powerhouse out of the NJB squad. It was like Redwood City, Palo Alto, then the old Dub G. But yeah, to go to LA, same game. I got teed up for kicking a guy. I mean, it was just an all-timer. Both of us are on the ground. Kev, you were on the team. Kev, you were on this team. What am I saying? Kev, yes, against Palo Alto to send us to LA. The year we went, it was a jump ball on the ground, and I dropped like a hammer, like we were fighting for the ball, and I dropped a hammer right on his calf, and I didn't think anyone would see it, and he immediately got teed up.
Oh my God.
So I mean, one, I feel for Draymond. Two, similar story. End up beating him after I think we lost to him maybe once during the year, but that team was fun as fuck. But my Melo-itis has to be 9-year-old playing up in majors. Just Kev, do you remember Matt Schmidt? Boog, you probably remember the name. He was like 6 foot something as like a 12-year-old, but he threw absolute cheddar, and I'm just shitting my pants. Like we played him the first time. I think I took an offer, and just like, I mean, at that distance, balls look so fast.
Oh yeah.
But we go on, and we're supposed to play him on a weekday game. Nothing worse than a weekday Little League game, let me tell you. I mean, I hated it. There's nothing I hated more than going to school and then playing a game. I would have rather played double headers every weekend than do that. But we're supposed to be playing that Matt Schmidt kids team, and I really started feeling like shit during school, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm feeling like shit, and granted, my mom works at the school, so I'm telling her, like, I really don't feel good, hoping she pulls me out. You know, a classic Riley maneuver, fake sick, take a mental health day, get out of there. But I was really feeling like fucking shit. And then we were playing that kid's team. I remember Mikey, my dad, and John just all saying I had Schmidt fever. Like, oh, you don't want to play, has Schmidt fever, like, can't do it. And like, I was 9 years old, and I was like, I abused. I mean, that was crazy. Like looking back on it, that was, I mean, they gaslit me into thinking I wasn't sick, but I think I ended up playing the game. Guy throws a fucking high inside first AB, and I'm like, God damn. It's one of those where your like heart sinks. You're just like, fuck, God, why me? Why are we doing this? But yeah, Matt Schmidt. I mean, that guy, I scared the living piss out of me. There was one game they lost in the playoffs. He strikes out to lose the game, and he runs up on the fence and starts literally Ricky Bobbying the fence. And he's like, fuck. And he was just like a crazy kid, but he was also like the best player in the league. It was fucking nuts. But yeah, crazy Matt Schmidt. And there was another Jimmy. You remember Jimmy Wallace, Kev?
Man, never faced him, but man, the legend of Jimmy Wallace of Willow Glen, man.
Literally.
That dude, oh man, gas, dude.
Gas.
Gas.
Threw me a 2-seamer, cut right into my hands. I swung and fucking broke my finger on the bat, on the swing. Crazy. Guy was a stud. But
him versus John was modern day freaking
Gagne Bonds.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that shit was
bro.
crazy. Yeah,
I remember that to this
All
day.
Stars. I remember we were sitting there with that pedophile guy or whatever, and I'm not gonna say his name now that I called him that, but if you know, you know.
He was sucking him off.
He was sucking Jimmy Wallace off, and me being me, I just hands up. I'm not gonna say anything. Let him do the talking, and John hit a grand slam. It was like, I mean, I think it hit on the VTA tracks at Del Mar. It was just an absolute bomb. Yeah, good times, great times. Laughing in that pedo's face, ha 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 ha. That's it, boys. I mean, we did an hour 8. I was gonna do the bantamweights. I think we hold on
that's
to it.
Let's keep it going.
You want to do the bantamweights? Fuck it, let's do it. That's the last thing we got on the list.
Here, hold on. For NJB,
yeah.
Instead of, I don't know, who do I don't know. Do you want to do bantamweights?
Oh no, go on. We'll do whatever. I just didn't know if.
Do you remember in NJB where you dropped your career high?
Ooh.
And what age you were when you had your NJB career high? If you remember whatever that was.
Yeah, I definitely do. I was 5th grade, and Lincoln High School. I mean, that's our home court.
Nice.
But we had I might have told it on here before, but our coach was Steve Nash's roommate in college, and so he got all of Steve's spillover pussy. I mean, the guy was a legend. But anyways, he had this rule where it was like, first person to take a charge gets a Steve Nash signed card. Like, I'll have Steve like sign a card addressed to you, yada, yada, yada. So we have this big guy on our team. Do you remember Spencer Mace? He played at Lee High School. He's a pitcher. I don't know, but he's a big dude. I mean, I think he was taller than me at the time, but the guy's trying to take charges the whole game. The whole game, he's like running to take a because he wants a Steve Nash card. I'm like, what are we doing? like literally like breaking out early to get back on D so we can take a charge on a fastball. Like stupid shit you should never do as a big man. And so he was just like checked out that game on the offensive side. I think I went for like 20 or something like that. But yeah, because I was always the defense and boards, baby. But yeah, I think I went for like 20 or something at Lincoln. Good time. Spencer Mace, I mean, great guy, just a dipshit though. I love you, but dipshit. Boog, what about you?
I'm not really sure, like an exact one, but I remember my first year of like divisional in 2nd grade.
Ooh.
Like I was like scared of like going all the way to the basket. Like I would like fade off and like just it was bad. And then like 3rd grade, I mean, it was basically Monte Ellis just running the show. I remember there was one point where I was like going off, and then there was one where like I like clearly got hit on the arm. And you guys remember that old flag football ref who's like, he was like Kirby or whatever.
Oh, Kirby, yeah, we're good friends with him. Encroachment
I like made the layup.
on the defense.
What'd you say?
I said encroachment on the defense. Kirby was an OG, man.
Yeah, so he was doing the game. I remember hitting the layup and just like literally like he's running down the court and I'm running down the court with him, just like literally in his face.
Third grader, just shit and talking.
My dad and TJ were like,
never
not
again.
happy.
Yeah. Your dad would ride Kirby some games though. Like, I mean, like jokingly, but like, oh my God, Kirby, you're calling that again? Just the whole game. And he was the shittiest ref. Every sport he ref was dog shit. But great guy. But yeah, Boog, you were a point scorer. Probably hard to keep track of point totals at the end of the day.
Shout out TS almost breaking his heel on the Lincoln bench that pulled out. There was a time where he was not happy. He just went
just stomping it.
No, he was going heel against the
on the
donkey kicking it.
Oh my God, that's gotta hurt. You get some plantar fasciitis from that shit.
Just NJB, NJB.
That is, I mean, no better time. Kev, what's yours? I mean, you had some killer point games in LA. Kev, I don't want to say that you saved us on that championship, but there was 2 or 3 games where you were hitting big.
I mean, it was fun being on that team because the guards were good, and you and Jack O'Hara down low, like the bigs were good. So I could just chill out and
hands
just be
up.
like,
that's Jack O'Hara. I played dummy
Hey,
on there. I just was a big
still,
body.
it was a presence.
Yeah,
It demanded
exactly.
bodies, and it was just I could just camp out on Shooter's Island and just shuck
rain.
and duck and see what happens. But I remember the team that I won the championship with in 4th grade had a night game. Remember, getting a night slot.
Oof.
Sunday night, 6:15 at Palo Alto. I remember my dad had to go. My dad was not happy. Yeah, he was not happy. We
got to wake up for
guys.
school.
Yeah, we had 6 dudes. Like, we barely could show up and actually play the game because everybody was just like, we're not going to Palo Alto at 6:15. So I was like, damn, I was looking around at my team and I'm like, uh-oh. We brought like one other guy that like maybe scored on their second unit. And that's about it.
Oh,
so I was like, I'm going to shoot the ball maybe 30 times and play all 5 quarters. I was like, all right, I got a lemon lime gator. I hope it lasts. Oh, man, dude. We win the game. Tight game. I think we won. It was a tight game, but I scored 38.
Wow.
To help us
38
win.
is a fucking number for NJB. Jesus Christ.
Because we didn't have much. So I had we scored 38. I remember. But yeah. I remember I banked 2 back-to-back threes in that game, and I was like,
I would have been so pissed. I would have been talking shit.
I was thinking to myself, it's on. I'm throwing it up there, and they're still going in. Like, okay, we're just constant green. But 38 at Palo Alto, I remember, because, we only had 6 dudes. And
love that.
Yeah, what was the post-game meal? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. I like that question a lot more.
Where did Siege take you?
Where's the post 38 treat?
You know what? God, I bet you it was probably a drive home and it's a massive bowl of like Cocoa Puffs.
No way.
Oh, but to me,
because you guys, you weren't a big fast food. You guys weren't big fast food guys. You were more like Chili's, Applebee's.
Sandwiches, maybe more than like hitting drive-throughs, but that drive-throughs was more summer for sure. But yeah. Respect. I would say just a massive, 3 bowls of cereal and knowing that I could, stay up and watch SportsCenter a little bit instead of just going, straight to bed. I was like, oh, let me be. I'm good. But, yeah, 38 at Pally. And it was, in their small gym. So we're if you weren't out of bounds, I remember one way you could, run into bleachers. I'm like,
literally.
Holy crap. It's tough. But, yeah.
But yeah, nothing worse than that night slot though. I remember having one of those at Sequoia High School at 6, and it was what are we fucking doing here? Oh my god. But yeah, I don't know. Did you guys want to do the bantamweights?
What was your go-to?
Oh, go on.
What was your go-to? What was your favorite post-game meal?
Ooh, is that Kev or me?
I think it's for you, Jim.
Favorite post-game meal? I'm going with Don's. I mean, Mickey D's. I'm a simple man. Take me to the drive-thru. Let me munch in the car on the way home. I don't need anything special. It's gonna be a large number 1. No pickles, no ones. Large Coke. Feed me. But yeah, I mean I was always a big fast food family. Not as much anymore. I've cut back, but goddamn, nothing better than a victory McDonald's run. But win or lose, it's McDonald's.
I don't think I'm cooking tonight. I think I'm going in and out.
Wow, that sounds. Really
Are you saying that right now?
What?
You're saying that right now?
Yeah, I was gonna make tacos, but fuck, I gotta cook the meat. Wait.
Just cook the meat, put it in the fridge. Cook it, put it in the fridge. Get yourself an extra couple days out of it.
How long can it be in the fridge?
Until it turns gray. Just look, if there's
I would say a day.
I might just yas.
A day are you saying cooked or uncooked?
It's uncooked right now.
Oh, I mean, I have the sell by date, and then I would.
Sell by 25th.
You're good.
I bought it yesterday.
Plenty of time. Yeah. You're
really
good. For sure. You'll see as soon as it'll turn like a brownish gray.
Yeah.
And even then, you can peel those off and eat the red.
I'll Google it.
Oh my!
Like Deontay, Deontay said.
Why'd you even ask? What the fuck is this?
Like Deontay Wilder said, "You see, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. What the fuck I'm talking about?
To this day.
Oh my word.
Deontay.
Yeah.
Leggy. Boog, what's your post game delight?
Honestly, my fave of all time was never without a doubt every Twin Creeks, in between games, everyone's going to the snack shack. And granted, like the Sundays were like maybe like we'd play like 2 and then have to sit for like the championship.
Right.
I'd get like maybe like a chicken strip or a pretzel, but most of the times like 2 games. So like in between, like everyone's getting something. I'm like, I'm good. I'll be at the In-N-Out on the way on 101 on the way home without a doubt, bro.
Yes, sir. So that was your spot. Your dad would run you through the In-N-Out on the way home.
Yeah, every time that was our thing.
That's way worth it. They do have a good tri-tip over there, but like you said, if I'm not eating after the game, so the only time I'm eating big there is like with that long gap, and fuck, there was nothing else.
I'd be so down to go get a tri-tip.
Dude, we should do that one of these weekends. They're starting games up pretty soon here. I almost went last Saturday just because I was like, that sounds so fucking good. And then there was no fucking games on. They only had like what do they call them? Like men's league and shit on Sundays. I was like, God damn it. So I'm sure baseball's coming up soon, but yeah, I mean, nothing better than spending a whole day at Twin Creeks, dealing with the asshole kids and the.
We should go the day of Todd's birthday.
Oh, I'm down. Get a little Kev soul in us, spend the day, make some new friends. Wow. I wonder if he still goes out there. He was going for a while, scouting the raw talent. Dude, we should go out there in khakis and like a Cubs polo or something and just fucking fish some kids. Haven't done that in a while. Good times. But yeah. Shit, boys. Well, that's hour 20. We'll hold off on the bantamweights. When does Aljo fight? Aljo Cejudo?
May 6th.
6th, yeah. Y'all coming up for that or what?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
On that.
Wow.
Yeah, I was questionable on that, but go ahead, Jim.
No, I just I got to use days at work. They're not giving me not rolling over sick time, so your boy's about to start getting real sick here in a minute. So I just got to plan them out strategically. But yeah, I definitely want to make it down there for May 5th. See what's up. But until then, Perry Rockhold was that that's the day before.
That's this weekend.
That's this weekend.
29.
I was gonna just say like who you guys got. Real quick.
I got Perry. I think Perry's
Same.
a dog.
I want Luke, but I like Luke. I want to see him win, but I think Perry's gonna win.
Right.
I'm totally fine if Perry wins too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm cool either way, but I think Perry on the mic afterwards would be one amazing. And I don't know. I like the guy. He's a dog. Rockhold's had his day. I think Perry gets it. He's just, bare knuckles where Mike Perry's always belonged, I think. So what about you, Boog? Final predictor.
2 things. Cloudy wins by KO. Bobby Green. Wow. Paul Felder. Book it.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, we didn't get into the Paul Felder shit. What do you got to say about Felder?
You a bitch.
Leave us what you got to say. Leave us off with what you got to say about Paul Felder.
Bring whoever you want. Bobby Green, McGregor, they going to run up.
Hey.
Hit you with that Mozzie, if you know what I mean.
That 3-piece in the soda. All right, folks. Until next time, adios. Wow, Boog.